My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2. Lunar Coven and Hellhorn. Ooh. Those two should work together pretty well. Fire of Entropy as well is going to give us a full hand of cards every single turn by the time we get to the end of the game. We've also got 2 Bloody Moons, deal 25 damage on Slay, gain 2 Ember, 2 copies of Vent, dealing 5x damage to enemy units. We've got a lot of sweep here, actually. Considering we also have Selena Acolyte, 2 Ember, 2 Size, Mage Blade 2, on Full Moon she has Sweep. And yeah, those Bloody Moons are going to be really good for Reach. Let's look at our artifact first. You know what? I'll find a way to make Shadow's Sheath exclusively good for me. If you take it early enough, you can definitely make sure that you don't have your tank in the front regularly slaying enemies when your damage dealer in the back doesn't. Things of that ilk. I'll also note that it does give the rare possibility for Selena Acolyte to actually just stealth its way through entirely managing its own floor. Just give it quick, put it on the bottom line. As long as it slays something, it is now going to be permanently stealthed. Silver Empress has the ability Lunar Echo. Create an ephemeral copy of a random spell used last turn. That's often just going to get us Vents and Witchweave and Torch. You know, the things we're most commonly going to be playing. Because we're very incentivized to play a bunch of spells consistently in this deck, which is why I think I'm more interested in Celestial Spellweaver. Conduit 6, so just straight up 6 magic power for the floor, which means these Vents with 0 energy deal 6 damage to all enemies. And Incant gain Conduit 1. Start a battle, enemy units were in each floor. I mean, like, this isn't great, but we'll be fine. Never mind, this is actually sick. Everyone's invisible here on this first turn. Giving us the ability to very easily remove all of these enemies. I suppose those ought to do. Get as much Conduit as I can on the top floor for combo casting to try and take an enemy out at the right time. I don't think combo casting on the top floor is going to be a necessarily strong strategy here for us. Uriel has Rage after each Slay. Yeah, my best defense against you is just casting a bunch of spells when you get to the top floor, and hopefully you not having that much rage by the time you get there. Unfortunately, slaying 2 enemies in a single hit, that's not really going to help. These Witchweaves will do almost nothing on this floor, whereas the additional Conjure on the next floor probably translates into more damage. And then just Giant. Vent, and when I say Giant, I do mean as large as I could make it. Well look, I'm not going to say that this is all of the damage I wanted. I will say this is pretty much all of the damage I expected. But it's okay. It's enough for Rapaya to get it in 2 hits. I don't need another Bloody Moon. Celestial Storm with AoE clear. And an Echo that's gaining Conduit consistently. Yeah. Ooh. Branding right. one of the unfortunate interactions between these two clans. If I get a bunch of conduit on a floor and then I cast Branding Right on one of my own creatures, I kill that creature and then I apply armor 20 to its corpse. It's not great here. Hornbreak though, piercing deals 8 damage twice, pretty damn good. Double dips on conduit damage because it deals the damage twice as well. Merchant of Steel Hellhorns, Merchant of Magic Hellhorns. No, I'm definitely going Merchant of Steel Lunar Coven. So I guess Merchant of Arms. Yeah, I'm fine with Merchant of, especially considering how much damage I took to the Entropy already. This will be fun. Oh, hello. Well, that's not what I was expecting. Hold up. Before I do this, what's in here? Oh, another Selena Acolyte. I could give that quick. Astrologer is not really going to be moon cycling fast enough to be especially effective. Because we have literally no moon cycle in the deck at the moment. I would have to draft a bunch of moon cycle and put it into the deck, which is just getting increasingly unlikely. Because you get common cards at the very start, and those common cards can include things like the Meddler, whereas when you get to the mid game and near the end game, you're starting to get like consistently rares and what's the game's terminology? Uncommons and rares. And because of that, you become really, really reliant on the very few cards in that set that enable a consistency of moon cycling. So like, what's it called? Lunacy. X cost, phase the moon X times, apply, 1X conduit. It's really good if you have an astrologer. And the astrologer is really good if you have it. Other than that, the astrologers are really good in the base deck for Ardun, where you have 5 copies of just moon cycling in the base deck. I'm straight up gonna skip this. I'm very disappointed by the choices that are being offered to me here. Is that a bad idea? It is a bad idea. Is it too bad of an idea though? What if I just like, what if I just took the astrologer and then I mini-stoned it? I put it front of Ekka's line, and then eventually I'm looking for a large stone so that I can make it my tank unit? I mean, I guess it's better than a Shield Steward in that instance, because it does get more damage over time, and maybe I draft Lunacy. Merchant of Magic Lunar Coven, and then Hellhorned Merchant of okay, never mind. I don't need this unit. I can get better units later. It won't be hard. I wonder. I honestly think statistically we are very poor on field at the moment. I'm gonna mini-stone a Shield Steward, who I'll now have the capacity to put at the front of an Ekka and Selena Acolyte floor. I'm also considering giving it straight up plus 20 health. I'm not gonna do that, but I do want you to know I thought about it. I specifically don't want to do it because there's the opportunity to get a large stone in the future and get a lot more value. Pyre Dampener. -1 energy per turn. Not so bad. I'm pretty sure I can still... Yeah. I can still set up my floor. Literally done. Perfect for Selena Acolyte. Attacks it quick, immediately slays all of these enemies, gets consistent stealth. I don't think I'm supposed to cast this vent. As much as it will do a bunch of stuff, it takes it away from the Selena Acolyte, who's getting 3 stacks of stealth, and for each stack of stealth, she's getting +3 damage. I mean, hell yeah. Literally every card in my entire hand is capable of killing that collector on top line. Because Selena Acolyte doesn't have sweep this turn, it falls to me. Take out these enemies. Also, I can use Witchweave on my own Shield Steward, keep it alive. Was I thinking about the fact that Legion was at the end of this fight? No. No, I wasn't. No. I mean, if you thought I was, then I have, unfortunately, but no. Oh, boy. Decent amount of damage. It could have been worse. I wonder if what I really need is just some straight up health equipment to put on Selena Acolyte. That really would have helped there. This one, straight up Bloody Moon. Shield Steward would slog it out for a bit. Yeah, 27 damage. It could have been a lot worse. Yeah, I really need that Pyro Remains now. Face Blessing, huge hit. Restore 5 health, healing over max health applies armor instead, gives the ability to keep the front line alive. In fact, also gives us the ability to keep Selena Acolyte alive in an instance where she encounters a spike. Hornbreak is still a really good spell. Ritual of Battle, just apply Rage 12 to a single character, 24 damage on that turn. Really good way of spiking the damage of the Selena Acolyte. Just very versatile. I like the Merchant of Steel, certainly. And I did really want to go to it, but I do have an excess deployment ember. Like getting, you know, the Bloodthirsty Blade and throwing that on the Selena Acolyte. Something like that, obviously. 27 additional fire health, huge for us as well. Dusk Mantle. On New Moon, Titan Skin 5. So I don't keep in New Moon consistently. Does that mean I shouldn't be using the Dusk Mantle at all, or do I just accept that it'll save Titan Skin 5 on half of my turns? For 90 gold? I think I just take it. I also think that Glass Cannon is probably really good right now. I don't have to keep it that long. I can just use it for the Selena Acolyte for a couple of fights. And deployment. Well, Dusk Mantle with the additional health is probably the right pick. I don't think I'm going to want the Glass Cannon deployable later. Or maybe I don't want any of these deployable. Let's make the Dusk Mantle. Uh-huh. Yeah. You know, the problem with this one is I don't actually have any units in the deck that are interesting with these. Worthy Sacrifice, just straight up pop a unit for some additional Ember. Reanimate. Reanimate it 3 times. Fecundity, add a copy to your hand that costs +1. Without a single imp in this deck, literally, it's just Selena Acolyte and my Shield Stewards. I will probably throw Worthy Sacrifice on a Spear Steward just so that I can summon the Spear Steward and then pop the Spear Steward to immediately gain some energy. Is that good? No. No, it's not. It's bad. This is, I think, objectively the worst outcome I've had from this event. I usually have a way to make it ridiculous. That I think is the really galling thing about it. How the disparity between, like, oh god, I have to put this upgrade on a unit, I guess, versus that being one of the most breakable events in the entire game. Oh boy, we're gonna give a bunch of rage to Archeon here. That's not good. That said, Archeon can't reach our backline, so a Glass Cannon is much more impactful than most of the other tools here. I suppose I am benefited from putting out a Shield Steward. Even survives the turn. I guess eventually I just get enough stealth on the Selena Acolyte that the shadows just means we finish the enemy. Pop that. Use the Calcified Ember. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I didn't want to see, obviously. Shield Steward just exploding. Oh boy. It's not... I'm not going to say it's good for me, because it isn't. If I take out one of these enemies, it gives 4 rage to Archeon, so it actually does more damage if I take out an enemy. Which means there is fundamentally no way of me saving the Shield Steward. Sucks. Sucks to suck, Shield Steward. I really should have given you more health. Granted, I've given a bunch of damage to Archeon. I am just writing off that that's not going to be relevant. And I'll probably be right. Just in case some additional shield come in or something like that. Yep, here's where we lose Ekka. That's A-okay though. The Selena Acolyte has 6 more turns of stealth, and I actively gave her additional armor from Phase Blessing to prevent the Cowering Sycophant with the spikes here from killing her. Perfect. That worked out pretty well. Second Dusk Mantle. No. I don't even think I'm running a second line this combat. Hello the Ancients, consumed to apply armor 30, huge, duality, attuned version of Witchweed, basically. Which isn't bad, but... well, actually, hang on. Attuned single target damage actually does slap. I should take that. I was going to argue for Alloy of the Ancients, because defensiveness is what I really need right now. Anyway, I guess I've decided to ignore the fact that I need defensiveness the most of everything right now. Lunar Priestess! Resolve! Add a Moon Ritual spell with Ephemeral to your hand. This gives me control over consistently having Selena Acolyte on the right cycle, so just what I need to do. I like Capacity. I don't think Capacity is necessarily the best return for me, though. I think going Energy gives me the ability to also play out the Lunar Priestess and the Selena Acolyte and then one of the Shield Stewards. I probably end up going Energy first and then Capacity later, so it's not really going to matter too much. I've got to hit that Lunar Coven unit. I'm still looking for a Lunar Coven frontliner. Spell Chain, -1 cost and Permafrost, -2 and Consume. -2 and Consume easy goes on a Bloody Moon. I don't have any good Spell Chain targets right now. I guess I could do that on a Bloody Moon as well, but I don't want to take away that many slays from Selena Acolyte. I'll take the Astrologer this time. So I've got one more Hellhorn banner in the future, which I do intend still to visit. I didn't even look, by the way, at 010. So I've gone O so far. 1-0. If I went Merchant of Magic, Merchant of Steel, I could get the other 2 upgrades. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like anything that just happened there. I guess there's also -2 consume Ritual of Battle, and then hit that with the spell chain, so I can double up some damage. Although I guess also Dualism's an incredible hit on that. Oh, it's Phase Blessing. It's Phase Blessing for the safety. I'm also going to give it -1 cost and permafrost, so it's available at the right time. +20 and consume. I mean, that's the easiest torch I've ever seen. Moon Cycle gain 1/1. No, thank you. I will go Incant gain Conduit 2, please. Enemy center with Titan Skin 4. That's fine. I have enough Conduit that doesn't really... doesn't really anything. Doesn't really matter, doesn't really make a difference, doesn't really anything. And then I can put Astrologer and Lunar Priestess on their own floor. I guess I am running a second floor at the moment, not that I intend to. Vengeful Shard and a Calcified. Because I don't really need to do anything about the rest of this. So I get my Titan Skin 5. Wait, no. The Dusk Mantle is opposed to Selena Acolyte. Yeah, Dusk Mantle was a bad choice. Who made that choice? Who did that? Oh my god, they shouldn't have. Still gotta focus on getting rid of these Vengeful Shards as a priority. God. I mean, I'm gonna phase blessing both of the other targets, because it's fine if the Shield Steward dies. I love that we're just perfectly capable of keeping the Selena Acolyte in cycle. It's so fun. And the Witch Weaves are just full heals for the Shield Steward consistently. There we go. Now I'll give 100 armor to the Shield Steward in the front line. Yeah, now that seems reasonable to me. And if at any point I need 3 additional energy, I got a Spear Steward on the second floor who knows a little thing or two about that. Yeah, the Shadow Sheath is doing incredibly. Oh boy. Moon Cycle gain Conduit 1, not especially quick. That happens twice a turn for us at this point. It's equivalent to 1 incant. You know, compare it across. Moonlit Glaive. Mage Blade 3 increases its damage for each magic power on the floor, which is Conduit, which means that this is just the ability to give Echo ridiculous damage as well. Or, gosh forbid, Selena Acolyte Mage Blade 5. Cosmic Bolt's also a really good hit here, but I have enough direct damage that I'm happy to take this instead. Rage Room! Oh, Rage Room. I've not really gotten to use you. I've had you, apparently. I've not really gotten to exploit you appropriately. Friendly units gain Rage 2 on Strike and on Revenge, which means Selena Acolyte is going to get a lot more damage a lot more quickly. I'm going to take a Rage Room and deploy it on the bottom line. So that was... Oh. Am I going Hellhorned unit now? Because I am going to be going for the Merchant of Steel 2 spaces time. And I can benefit a lot from this Merchant of Magic. I guess reanimate on the Spear Steward so I can just use it as a pump for energy. It's still fine. It's just not good, but it's fine. Double stack goes on Ritual of Battle. Consume removal. No, it's double stack Ritual of Battle. Maybe something else as well. We'll see. Zero cost out the Horn Break. I think I reroll here. No, actually, there's not that many spells I really care about hitting right now. Lost 20 magic power and consume, and then remove the consume. I could just throw an event, make it a line clear for us, but typically I don't want that to be a line clear. Is the problem with that? I guess I could do the same with duality. Give you 110 base damage. That's also 110 base damage on other floors, which could be relevant. Oh, Celestial Alcove. Well, see, the thing about this is I have a dupe spot next to me. I wonder. Oh, but then I wouldn't be able to upgrade them anymore. I wonder if there's an argument to put the Astrologer, the Lunar Priestess, and the Spear Steward with Worthy Sacrifice all into the same box. And then I dupe the box. Because it's a zero cost deploy 4 minions to the field. I just manage my bottom line, and then I have a bunch of boxes opening on floor 2 and 3, giving me additional minions there that have additional bonus benefits in them. Specifically, all the additional Lunar Priestesses give me additional Moon Rituals, which then I play on the bottom. Oh, no, but the Moon Rituals are added to my hand, and I am going to be drawing a full hand already consistently, courtesy of the Pyre, which also decreases the value of the large mystery box. Which then's asking, I could have consumed removed that small gift box, damn it. But I could put 3 spells into the small gift box, and then dupe that gift box. Like, another Ritual Battle, another Phase Blessing. I guess I would put Duality in there as well. No, give me Hornbreak in there as well instead. Yeah, that's gonna be ridiculous. It's that. And then I come here, I lament the fact that I could have removed Consume from this, but I removed Consume from something else earlier. Dupe that small gift box, and head into the next fight. I also could have ended up giving Fecundity, the when you summon this minion, summon another copy, or get another copy in hand, for the gift box, a deployable unit gift box. It's just a shame it doesn't seem like that would have really been good for us in the long term. Oh, yeah, higher dampened. Cool. That's fine. I don't need the Dust Mantle on turn 1. I just want it. Unfortunately, I did have to stab my units a bunch there for Selena Acolyte to secure its first kill. Feels like Moonlit Glaive needs to be played this turn. Just in terms of the damage output I need for Ravenous. And I'll pop the Spear Steward this turn as well. We're probably going to have to suffer that Ravenous Zealot hitting us directly. Also, I lose my Astrologer there. Okay, perfect. We'll be fine. There's so many gifts in this box. I'm not going to be able to take the Ravenous Zealot on the top line, am I? 48 additional damage. No. It's 24 damage targeting our top line at the moment. I have to find a better way around this turn. Not even to mention the Ravenous Zealot killing the midline. Ritual of Battle, 48 damage. Spear Steward. So, if I... Oh, right. Actually, you get summoned with stealth, so I don't need to defend you on this first turn. That actually makes this a lot easier. I just give you the... I give you the Glass Cannon and the Spear Steward, and you are just ready to delete units that come too close. Perfection. Certain there was a better way around that turn. There's the Rage Room, time to get very strong. Again, defend the backline is at least once. Huge amount of rage and stealth gathered by the Selena Acolyte that turn. Oh boy. Damn, she's getting really powerful. This is great. Bloody Moon's enough to slay the frontline enemy. And this is all before even swapping the Selena Acolyte. Oh, also, duality for 455 damage to the enemy? Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, this is working incredibly. So glad to have gotten Shadow's Sheath early enough to be able to abuse it like this. Glittering Draft, apply Conduit 4. I mean, it's effectively 2 spells, right? Restore 20 health doesn't really matter. We already have full control over restoring health consistently with the Witch Weaves. Aurora Weaver, Mooncycle gains that Conduit. I am going to go Capacity, so I guess I could end up with Aurora Weaver as well as Lunar Priestess, both on the same floor. Okay. It's better in the long run than any of the other options there. Impish Scholar, return a random consume spell to your hand. Ideally, that gives us a small gift box, but it won't even need to have value for us. Merchant of Steel versus Merchant of Arms. It's got to be the Merchant of Steel here for the completion of our event. Also, because I really want to go to a Merchant of Steel here. Multi-strike. Obviously goes on Selena Acolyte. Smidgy Stone? I don't think any of you need the Smidgy Stone. Endless for Impish Scholar would make a lot of sense. A large stone makes a lot of sense as well to some units in some situations. I kind of do want to mini stone the Astrologer just in case. Because if I get the large stone, I know I'll put that elsewhere. Also, Conduit 5, easy on the Aurora Weaver, because Dualism would go on top of you as well. Well, there's Endless for the Impish Scholar. And there's Dualism for the Aurora Weaver. Neat. I have nothing in the deck that can be triple stacked. -4 cost to something. I could 0 cost a Celestial Storm, but is that good enough? Entropic Growth, Permafrost, keep something in hand. It gains +5 magic power every turn. I mean, honestly, if I put that on Duality, I could see that being relevant. It effectively just becomes delete this annoying unit. Yeah, I'll take delete this annoying unit. Unfortunately, I also have to have the Entropic Crystal in the deck as well. Ooh, yes, take that out. Speaking of taking that out, let's get rid of a unupgraded shield suit at this point. Then fight Kale. So I'll use the Astrologer as my front line instead of the Shield Steward. For the bottom line, I'm just kind of feeling it out, see if I can make that work. Oh boy, that's the Rage Room. Also, Spear Steward, hello. Oh, Selena Acolyte is already ready to kill people. Spear Steward doesn't need to pop this turn. And then Phase Blessing, just keep our frontline active. That's pretty ridiculous. All I gotta do is cast Moon Ritual, and then immediately we're back in the mood to kill all the enemies before they can do anything. Kale still gets to respond with 22 damage. Which, frankly, I don't agree with that at all. I don't think that should be the case. So I'm gonna prevent it from being the case by... Ooh, I don't even have the energy for the Ritual of Battle. Alright, fine. Shield Steward, you can explode this turn. I'd like to play the Ritual of Battle, please. There we go. Now, 42 armor, and then another 44 armor for the Astrologer. After we get capacity, Aurora Weaver will have a much better position to exist in. Got to get rid of the Entropic Crystal. There's a lot of things I want to play from this hand, but I can't play all of it, unfortunately. I'm going to summon the Impish Scholar. Hell yeah, because it brings back the same small box, and then the small box gives me the ability to spread some armor to that entire floor. Hell yeah. And then the duality, we just want to permanently gain 5 magic power every other turn. Oh, this is part of the downside of Shadow's Sheath. I wasn't able to jump block with the Impish Scholar. As soon as I summon it, it is stealth, so it doesn't get hit. Yeah, I can't leave that Calcified Ember in the deck. Yes, I know it's drawing me more cards, but it is also one of those cards that I draw. Must it be? I hate not getting the most powerful result every time. Oh. First on break didn't kill, second one, it's gonna be too much. The enemy is going to get through 17 of my armor on this front line, so I'm a little bit terrified. Okay, cool. We've managed to prevent that from happening. I think we might be able to take this then. Hell yeah. Reinforces a pretty funny amount of armor at some point, but realistically, it doesn't matter. Ritual Tome. I mean, I guess this gives us the ability to make a battering ram pretty big, but also, how much does that matter? Battering ram kills the frontline enemy target, so does duality. Like, I think I probably benefit from skipping here. Ritual Tome, 2 Titan Skin for the front unit. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll go Capacity. We get our many lives and Fecundity pickups. So, Fecundity I think I could drop on the Impish Scholar. I don't think that'd be a problem with that. Reanimate 6 on Aurora Weaver, it's probably way too much. She certainly doesn't need that for any reason. Getting Reanimate on Selena Acolyte would purely be a safety play. Getting Reanimate on the Spear Steward, of course, gives us the ability to pump it for energy every second turn, which that's probably worth it, to be frank. And I do think Fecundity Impish Scholar is worth it, even though it's going to cost so much energy, because it's pulling back some really good cards. And by really good cards, I mean 1 really good card that contains 3 really good cards. Merchant of Arms. I suppose making Rage Room deployable or getting like Moonlit Glaive in one of the opening hands or something like that would be nice. I wouldn't really be able to pay for them though. And Rage Room isn't even our best scaling. Nor is Moonlit Glaive. Nor is Glass Cannon for that. No, it's Merchant Magic. Oh. No, it's way too late to take the Lunar Cycle stuff. I can take a Moonlit Glaive, though. The entire bottom floor, just benefiting from the conduit we have down there. Consume removal on a small gift box, please. Let's go -1 cost on a Ritual Tome. I'm ready to hit that with -1 and Intrinsic as well. Holdover. Does that work? Or does it, do I play it the first time and then it's like, now it's empty? There's unfortunately only one way to find out. And Celestial Spellweaver number 3, we're going to be gaining 3 Conduit after every spell casts. Penitent Press Zone spawned on each floor. Admittedly, that's pretty annoying. It does offer the possibility that Selena Acolyte dies on the very first turn, but that is exclusively if I don't draw any of the gift boxes, because those will immediately save her life. I could put Dusk Mantle on her to save her from it, actually, because she'd have 15 health then. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, and also I get the ability to keep her safe anyway. Rage from that. Let's go Spear Steward. I'll pop the Spear Steward for some additional energy. It's time to use the... Well, I mean, first off, I'm just going to kill the Silence unit so I'm not stopped on all of my incants here. Great. They're all going to die. Can I do so in a way that will also... heavily limit the damage to my units? Yes, I can. And then at the very end, I can hit a Phase Blessing for 35 health on basically the units I'm most worried about. I want to play Duality on this field just to take out that Penitent Prestone, just so that this Spear Steward survives to be energy for a couple more turns in the future. Yeah, because I can't just directly take it out with other spells. It's only Duality that's also really good off of its floor here. I'll do it. Another small gift box and double stack rage. Perfect. We're killing all of the targets we need to. And then I'll just focus on upping that armor on everyone. Good lord, it's so ridiculous. I'm going to pump the Spear Steward for additional energy here. It's just so that I can play both. Both Rituals of Battle that come out of these small gift boxes. Another 100 armor to each of these units on each cast. I repeat, the holdover gift box is ridiculous. It's giving us Ritual Battle, Phase Blessing, and Hornbreak every single turn, which means it's just stuffing my deck with the most powerful spells that I have access to right now. I'm going to get to straight up 999 armor on this bad boy in the front line. No one can stop that. Yeah, screw it. Summon the Impish Scholar. Gives me another Impish Scholar as well as Ritual of Battle. I'm gonna kill the Impish Scholar so I can summon it again next turn. Oh. You can get more. I don't think I can go all the way up to 9,999 armor. Like, we're doing quite well, but I don't know, that well. Pop that Spear Steward, so now I can go Impish Scholar into Impish Scholar. Perfection. And I very literally do not need to do anything to this floor. Get him, Selena Acolyte. Half of your damage is from Rage right now, the other half probably from the Mage Blade. And your 14 stacks of Stealth contributing 51 additional damage. 50, 52, 42 additional damage. Look, don't make me count. You did that. I was barely involved. Oh, sure, I was home at the time, but that's... You can't indict someone based on that evidence. 75 and then... 500 as well. Escalation. The problem with this is to ascend a unit and apply spell weakness 2 is also... Well, I guess actually it does set up still for... whatchamacallits. Duality. Okay, fine. It's just it would ascend the unit typically past the floor where I can even use that. Inferno deals 120 to all units. No, give me an Impish Scholar though. I don't think any of the benefits in the Merchant of Arms are ridiculous enough to actually consider. Large Stone for Astrologer, just keep you alive early. Pretty good. Another Endless for the other Impish Scholar. Honestly, not bad. Honestly, I'm more interested in the health, if I gotta say it. For this left-hand side, I'm more interested in just topping up our Pyre of Entropy so I don't, whittle over the next 2 turns. Start a turn, add a random Imp unit to your hand. If the Imp unit was doing something additional, like double summon triggers or something, maybe. But right now, I'm gonna be drawing 10 cards a turn. This isn't draw, which often adding a card to your hand counts as draw. Celestial Stales. On deployment phase, draw a non-damage spell from your deck. It costs -1. Non-damage spells in my deck include Ritual of Tome, Small Gift Box, which does have a damage spell inside of it, as well as a ridiculous amount of setup. I take the Celestial Sails and roll. Artificial Firestone. And Lost Luggage, damn. 3 additional Deployment Ember, as well as turn after deployment phase, draw until you have 10 cards. Shut up. No, you didn't realize until too late. Again, I was barely involved. Obviously, that was a bad choice. With hindsight, I could have remembered 2 sentences before that. I said that I draw 10 cards every turn, so additional card draw doesn't really help us. Unless it happens in the middle of the turn, which that notably don't. It doesn't. I want it to, but it don't. I didn't even look. Admittedly, there's nothing that could have been in this store that would have really changed my mind about anything. I'm gonna make the angriest Lunar Priestess. Then head into our Seraph Knight. I gotta be honest, Seraph. I just figured that I built a straight up strong enough deck that I don't even need to care what you are. This is interesting. Eka. Luna Astrologer. Luna Priestess. I'm going to summon a Shield Suit to this floor, and then I'm going to Escalate you off the floor just so I can get the Conduit growth. Oh boy. Aurora Weaver is here. So his Spear Steward for this floor, and then Rage Room, my god. Gotta pop the Spear Steward on the turn 1, because I gotta get that Intrepid Crystal gone, and now it's just cast time. Ritual Battle hits Selena Acolyte, and now we're already killing everyone. I'll focus on the two most important units front and back there. So now the only one hitting me is Seraph Eternus. I'm gonna Moonlit Glaive to have the Selena Acolyte jump another 140 damage. Do I escalate you off of this floor and then vent? Yeah, I guess so. It sets up spell weakness, boss flies back down, now I can exploit that spell weakness, theoretically. Second Moonlit Glaive, just another unit that I want to do slays on. Aurora Weaver, you've got the dualism. It doesn't affect the Moon Glaive, but... And it's probably not... I can't imagine it's going to affect the stealth triggers from Shadow Shelf. But, like, you know, none of these are relevant to you, so it doesn't matter. Duality's ready to do 1,000 damage on that second floor. I want it to do more than that, though. Drop an Impish Scholar and it gives me back the right cards. Hell yes. And now we got armor on everyone on the bottom line as well. So Duality's ready to do 3,000 damage to Seraph Eternus this turn. Here's a shameful question. Is that enough? Tome, small gift box, gives us even more energy again. The longer I'm in this fight, the better Duality gets. There's no reason for me to end this fight with it. I'm so far ahead that the correct strategy is just sit on my benefit until the Duality is ridiculous. But if I can get it to one-shot him, I might not be able to resist that. Hornbreak does way too much damage to play. I can kill my own units with that. Okay. Yeah, Duality is currently just straight up murdering Seraph. I mean, I guess I only have to wait one more turn. I can be patient enough to wait a whole more turn. Just get pretty angry in the meantime, though. There we go. Well, actually, I'm supposed to end this turn with Duality in hand. There you go. You've grown for the last time, Duality. It's nice to have this run immediately after the last one. Could not be more different night and day. If only it gave me the holdover one in my opening hand, but look, I'm not going to argue about what I've got. There we go. All of that before deployment. Disgusting. We got our holdover, by the way. Our holdover box is in hand. Which means every turn I'm going to be using those face blessings. Every turn. Disgusting. And I always have a good target to be casting against in the backboard of the entropy here. Gain the additional energy, because I do want to play Pyolite and Ritual Tome this turn. Obviously, as soon as I change us to being to sweep. Ah, right, I forgot. I've got the Phase Blessings to completely prevent the Astrologer from ever dying. I did momentarily forget about that. I'm going to use single Witch Weaves to remove these spell shields from Dominion so that eventually I'm capable of just throwing the Duality directly at it. Especially if I also throw Spell Weakness up there. I'm happy to sap all of my units. It literally doesn't matter to me because the Selena Acolyte's just going to murder everyone regardless. Yeah, the piercing damage, unfortunately, is not going to remove the spell shield. And we've almost... Yeah, almost got lethal on Savagery. We've got lethal on Entropy this round, so literally it just comes down to some Witch Weaves, Spell Weakness, and Destruction for the top line. Witch Weave, that's one. Can't play the other Impish Scholar because it was really important to hit the Pyre Growth. And here it is. Okay, consume, then escalate, and then duality is enough to take out the top line immediately. Then Moon Ritual, small gift box gives us a Horn Break for most of the damage there. Impish Scholar does not give back a damage spell, so I don't get to end it this round. I have to end it next round. This deck has so many phase blessings in it, and then all of these horn breaks, and then a bunch of rituals of battle, but they consume, so they've been removed from the deck. Good lord. What a wildly powerful deck this was. Just make everything 0 cost and then cast all of it forever. Obviously. It was Selena Acolyte in the Rage Room with the Mage Blade. Oh, excuse me? Did we get... We did! A new limit for enemies killed on the first floor. I thought that we'd already maxed that out, to be honest. Although I guess, you know, it really depends on what bosses are spawned over the course of the run. But I guess we did have Selena Acolyte with Quick on the very bottom line from quite early on. Hell yeah. Jump back to the outpost and I'll tell you that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is the series playlist. All my content for the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thanked in. A special thanks this episode to Nick Starfield. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.